This is my review of the Jack White album, Fear of the Dawn. It was released in 2022 and produced by Jack White. So he released this and Entering Heaven Alive at like the same time. I got both albums a couple months after they came out. And at the time I liked this one less than Entering Heaven Alive. Have to wait till the ranking or next week to see if that's still the case. But yeah, this one on first listen, I wasn't that crazy about it. Kind of like Boarding House Reach. And I feel like this album kind of continues the direction he was going in on Boarding House Reach, although it does seem like he kind of dialed a few of the weirder things back a little bit. So like that album, this album makes a pretty interesting listening experience. It's grown on me quite a bit since the first time I listened to it. Still, I don't know, still I'm not really sure how I feel about some parts of it, but I think it's an album that I'm just going to keep enjoying the more and more I listen to it. The album starts with Taking Me Back. This song is also on Entering Heaven Alive in a different version, a more like acoustic version. I do like that version better, but I enjoy this. I think it's a good opening track. It's a catchy song. I like the instrumentation and stuff in this more rocking version. The second track, Fear of the Dawn, really short song. It kind of goes by so fast that I miss it a lot of the times, but when I do catch it, I enjoy it. It has a pretty cool guitar solo in it, just some weird sounding stuff going on in the background, but it's a good short little song. Third track, The White Raven. This is another pretty short rocker. It's got some cool guitar. It's a catchy song. It's one of those ones that the title throws me off because it doesn't talk about a raven. It's like Jack ranting about things being invisible. But it's kind of, these first three songs for me are all kind of highlights. I enjoy like the beginning, even though like the second one kind of goes by so fast that sometimes I don't catch it. But I do really like these first three tracks a lot, so that one gets off to a strong start. The fourth track, Heidi Ho, features Q-Tip, a rapper. And this is kind of probably my least favorite track. I'm not into rap. I just can't. I don't know. It's the rapping itself. I don't know. It's something about it. Not into it. I just want to hear people sing. So yeah, not my favorite track on here. But I do have to say I like the instrumental parts of it, and it does get kind of stuck in my head, which I don't really love. But I don't know. It's not horrible as far as songs that have rapping in them go. It's probably one of the better ones in my opinion, but still just not really my thing. The fifth track, I have no idea how to say the name of it. It's like Esophobia or something. It's a weird song. The structure, it's kind of different, but I like it quite a bit. I think it's catchy, just kind of weird. My main takeaway from it is that Jack White tells the sun when to go down. The sixth track, Here in the Twilight, another kind of weird song. It's like not really an instrumental because it has these vocals that keep saying "Here in the Twilight" and like some other stuff kind of comes across in it, but a lot of it's just kind of instrumentally based. There's like some samples and stuff. I don't know. It's a really weird track, but I do enjoy it for how weird it is. Whenever it's on, it just kind of entertains me. Seventh track, Dusk, is like 30 seconds. It's over before I ever even notice it most of the time. Because it's like, when it comes on, I'm still trying to figure out what I heard in the song before it, Here in the Twilight. Like, that song's so weird. I'm just like, what was that? Don't notice Dusk. The eighth track, What's the Trick? Kind of a weird vocal on this one. It's more like he's like kind of yelling than singing, which not too crazy about that part of it. I do like the instrumental stuff in it though. So it's a track that's kind of okay, but not one of my favorites. The ninth track, That Was Then, This Is Now. This one I like. It's got a cool riff, cool drumming, pretty catchy song. The 10th track is a reprise of the one that I didn't know how to pronounce its name, Esophobia or whatever. This one I actually like better than the first time it came on. It's got a really cool sounding intro, just really cool musical stuff in it. Like the way all the instrumental stuff sounds is so cool. and more of Jack White going on about how he controls the sun, which is just entertaining as hell, so I really like this one. The 11th track, Morning, Noon, and Night, longest song on the album. It's got some cool trippy keyboards in it that I really like. Another catchy song. This one is another highlight for me. Then the 12th track, or 12th and final track, Shedding My Velvet. It's a cool closer. I like the instrumental stuff that's going on in it a lot. I don't notice the vocal parts as much, but when they're on, like, I do enjoy it. Fear of the Dawn, a weird album. Really, like, when I think about it, not a lot of the tracks like jump out at me as like ones that I would put on a playlist. Probably the opening track is the one that I like the most. It's probably my favorite. But there's not a lot of stuff on it that I really don't like. Like, there's nothing on it that I really hate. I'm not crazy about Heidi Ho, but I really don't like even dislike it. I'm more just like kind of neutral on it. Like, while it's on it, I'm like, this is fine, but I wouldn't put it on like a playlist. So yeah, I don't know. I think this is his album that I'm kind of the most conflicted over, because it just doesn't stand out quite as much as Boarding House Reach, as far as like having songs that I like on it. It's more just I don't know. It's kind of, to me, this is almost like a more of a mood type of album, like, than a songs album. Like, the songs themselves don't stick out, but just the mood that the entire album creates, when you listen to it as one piece, is very memorable. But the individual songs themselves aren't as memorable. So, yeah, Fear of the Dawn, probably not where I'd start with Jack White. To me, it's kind of a weird, like, atmosphere kind of mood album more than it is an album where I'm going to go pick out individual songs off of it to listen to. But at the same time, not bad, very interesting listen. So I recommend it if you are into his other stuff, or if you want to hear something that's just kind of different.